day 37. Henry the roller man's here. I'm the only one here, no one else is here as yet. Very overcast today, so hopefully the rain's going to hold off. Quick recap on what we did yesterday. Well, where do I start? Right, so we started the footings for the front wall to the house. That's going to be blocked up and built this weekend. We have still had ongoing issues with that far right hand side of the patio area, hence the reason why I got Henry in today and the 14 tonner. You can really see the marks. You look at the weight. 14 ton weight is literally make a huge impact, but even here still getting that real ripple effect, mattress effect. You can see it going up and down as he goes over it, but obviously that's exactly what we need to do, is get that bloody rolled right down. And when it gets to a point where we hopefully it stops making some movement, then we can probably put some more marl on there. But you can see where he's actually been over there, look, you see the weight difference that's made. So we need him in there all day today. I'll say all day. It's 1,000 for 8 hours, so hopefully I'll get him to roll for 8 hours. That's essentially getting that hard today. I'm not too sure if he's going to succeed, but he's got a little machine in there that tells him when it's compact or not, so that's good. Yesterday, obviously we did the rear wall footings, so hopefully today we'll start some form of action on this. Again, we still had that issue of where is our boundary line, but it definitely is going to be the telegraph pole. We'll spin it around, you can see, so I'm probably going to have to contact the light and power company today to find out whether they'll move that. They really shouldn't have obviously put that telegraph pole right on the line. I don't understand why that's happened. So anyway, we'll have to get that moved. Obviously Henry is just going to keep on rolling and rolling and rolling. You're seeing massive height differences on what he's actually doing here, so it does show that obviously it was very, very wet. And he's not even started the vibration yet. That vibration is massive, so obviously he's probably being courteous at the moment to the neighbours, as well as just trying to use the weight to get everything out. Once he starts getting to a point where he can't see any form of distance in height in each roll he does, then I'm sure he'll start the vibration, and the vibration itself is monstrous on that. So his plan today is to get that pushed down and rolled all day. I'll say all day. Say 8 hours, 1,000 for 8 hours. So we'll get him doing that as long as possible. Obviously the back fence is nearly finished. All of the actual concrete was done last night. So the posts were done, and now all of those were set in concrete last night. So I assume today they're going to be putting some form of sheeting all over that. To protect obviously the site itself from people coming in, wanting to steal, wanting to fall down holes. The obviously stone and sand has been ordered for the weekend, because the blockwork guys are going to be doing all the actual walls this weekend, so hopefully that wall there is going to land up being done. They've obviously got to dig out the actual trenches from here to here. Again, there's a well just there, can't see it but it's just there, and obviously we've got to go around that well. So they'll dig out the footings for that today, and that hopefully is going to get done, and then the block work for that as well. So that's all going to be done the weekend. Today, I assume, apart from obviously getting this to level, because obviously once that's stopped moving, and Henry will know, because one, he'll see it, and two, he puts the compactor on, and he's got a little light in his machine that tells him that it literally is not moving at all. So, but I said even when that comes on, keep going. And then we need to get rid of this sludge here and put that somewhere else. And then the batter boards that we left in from the last footings that we tore up, we need to pull the lines from those, start setting out the actual footings, and then from those footings, and I don't just mean this slab, I want about here as well, so we'll get this marl into that hole. Once Henry starts seeing that there's no movement, then we'll take that up to level. Then we'll start setting out the finish off the batter boards. Obviously there's the first stage of it there, and I think there's one over on that corner as well, just about. You can just see it behind Henry. Again, we'll pull the lines, we'll make sure these levels are all right, and then it's literally next week, it's a massive machine turning up. They call it a pump, obviously a concrete pump. That will turn up, and the concrete machines will feed it, and then with a big arm, it sort of comes in and it pumps, well, everywhere. So we're going to do the whole thing in one lump. So all of the footings, all of the slabs, including the swimming pool, the patio, and the unit over here where the containers are going to go, that will all be pulled in one lump. So that's going to be quite a big job. We're probably going to have 20 to 30 guys on site once that starts happening. So the hope is that we start doing that next week. So I'll wait for the owner to turn up. We'll find out from him what his plan is for the day. But I'm pretty sure it is literally finishing off the actual outsides, getting prepared for the block work, getting the swimming pool part finished off where he is at the moment, rolling, and then obviously start finishing off setting out the batter boards, the footings, and start boxing up side of it. I don't know if we've even got enough wood for that, but again, there's still some boxing on site they've got to play around with. So it's literally making sure we've got enough wood for that, boxing up, setting out, and then ordering the bloody concrete and getting going. So, but anyway, it's 20 to 8 and no one's here yet. So they've seen the forecast and they don't like rain, the Bajans. So hopefully they'll work through this. Wayne's team seem to be pretty bulletproof and that sort of stuff, regardless of weather. He said they'll be working. So I'll check in with him and update you as I go. So Henry's been rolling now for about 45 minutes. He's now saying he needs more marl on there, obviously, because all he's getting is a bit of a spring effect. What he needs to do now is put some solid stuff on there and try and push that solid stuff down. So we're waiting for the Bobcat guy to turn up. Apparently he's going to be here at 8:30. You can really see the difference. I mean, especially there. As soon as he goes over it, it's like a big soggy lump. See the height difference. So yeah, we need to get some solid stuff on there. So 8:30 is arriving, so we've got another 25 minutes. Hopefully we can get him straight on there, loading more marl on. That's the aim. And obviously get him in there as well a little bit more and see what's going on in there as well. Even there, look. It's not pretty, that's for sure. It's got to be solid. Marl going in. That hopefully should give the roller something a bit more substantial to push down on. At the moment it's just literally breaking up and not really doing a great deal, so you get something more solid in there. So the Bobcat man hasn't arrived as yet, so we're putting more marl in there and they can roll and try and force that down, so fingers crossed that'll have an effect, and then we'll do that across the whole thing. But in an ideal way, you'd have a Bobcat in there doing that, but he's not arrived as yet, and it's now 8:45. Okay, so had a bit of a downpour, unfortunately, and this is what happens when you don't clean the fucking road. I'm talking to a brick wall. I said to the guys last night, make sure you sweep up every day. They didn't bother, now we've got a mud bath to deal with. But anyhow, actually still carrying on with the actual front wall pit. They're digging that all out, pretty much prepared now. 2 o'clock, we've got concrete coming to do the footing. Then off the back of that, the block walls will be done this afternoon. We've got more marl that's going into the actual soggy pit. And we've got Mr. 14 ton going up and down on that. Hopefully we get that ripple effect sorted out. And then we're actually doing the rebar in here as we speak. So rebar going in for the rear wall. That's definitely got to be bloody good there, that's for sure. Got to make sure that all water coming down, the stock's coming through. So that's obviously got to be done, and then we still got to talk to Light and Power about removing the telegraph pole that seems to be smack bang on our boundary line. So that's something I've been chasing and trying to get sorted out. But other than that, at the moment, that's where we are. I assume they're going to do the same thing in here, rebar as well, and then 2 o'clock pour in both, and then block walls starting at the weekend. So more rolling, more concrete, less mud, hopefully. So still loads going on. now 12:30. Driveway's being dug out and taken away so we can actually marl it. We're also trying to formwork out the actual wall, but it's not working out as they thought because the guy hasn't actually dug the trench out straight, as you can see. Roller man's still rolling. Hopefully he's not going too deep on that driveway. This guy at the back is keeping an eye, so fingers crossed. Big roller going in the driveway. It's a big old roller. 14 tonner. Yeah. 14 ton. Get that driveway rolled. Excavator. Come on, we've got to finish that driveway. Come on. Come on. But he's only got that on number 1 out of 15 and it shakes the ground a bit. So it's compacting as it's rolling, it's compacting as well. Trouble is he finishes at 3 o'clock, which is in 14 minutes, and he's a clock watcher, so he will be out of here quicker than that. They're not going to get that finished in time. Damn shame. Might see if he wants a little bit of cash to stay extra. Rebarring the entry trenches up as well. Driveway coming together a little bit half cocked, but better than the mud and the shit that was in there, that's for sure. Our 12-ton man is not in until Monday, so the baby one's going to have to do for now. Let's take a mile from over there into here. Man, they love a stand around. Concrete was meant to turn up 2 hours ago, still waiting. Not that it looks like they're ready yet. But anyway. So we're still finishing off. Concrete guys turned up to do the initial footings. Driveway is coming along. Very reluctant roller man. Backpack on, ready to go. Just told to carry on working. Lorry's waiting to go. Footing's waiting to be poured. Although I'm not too sure how they're going to pour those if they've not even finished the rebar for the next one. Interesting. All a bit half cocked. The footing's being poured. Concrete man pouring out. Don't seem to have a vibrator, but so technically the other pit's got to have all these done, so the upper rebars, which for some unknown reason they've completely forgotten about. So the batter boards are meant to be either side. Batter boards, the actual formwork boards. And then you pour. It's meant to be a little bit rough because you're meant to actually set blocks on top, so for some unknown reason they've completely forgot about the other pit, and that cement is going off as we speak. So they've been here for a long time for one pit. This will work. But anyway, hopefully they can get the other pit sorted out quickly. This one also is ceased here. So they need to board that off, they want to stop. On a Friday. We're running around frantically. It's not good. This is just a wall, by the way. Wayno, feeling the stress of disappearing on a Friday afternoon. Wayne, Wayne, smile.
I got 40. You got 38, 28. I got 40. 40. And my experience, my knowledge is 50. So I got 90 years of experience in life. 62. paying for all this shit.
That's the 18.
Ricky, what's a box here? Huh? What box here?
How much you want?
Regular, box here. 1.6. Hold on. What do you get for this line, boss? What do you get for this line?
Yeah, you want to mash up my
Oh,
truck?
good to you.
You want to mash up my truck, man?
It says caution.
Hey, Wayne, he's the man.
So you what are you doing here? Step down here or come on over?
That's thinking out of the box, look.
You want to step down here? Need more. What's this? Brittany, he's a Brittany. What? You want to do? Need more? You want that whole block? Let me get to you. Almost 700 it is. Look, I want some right here, look.
Thinks that's pressure. Wait till he sees the other box. It's absolutely nowhere near ready. He's gonna flip his shit when he sees it. And his labourer that just had to get some blocks. Wade away, goes your ways. To do was pass fucking blocks. That's all he had to do. Anyway, I'm sure there'll be a little bit more to record, even though it's 5:10 on his road. Prepare or prepare to fail. Prepare or prepare to fail. See what happens. They've got them smocks in down there. Have they got them smocks putting down there yet?
Yeah, they have it.
What, the 3 inch ones? The bucket's still up there. They're still out the bucket out there, look. I bet they ain't put them in. Basically what they're meant to have done is put 3 inch smocks underneath every single one of the sections, probably every 2 sections, but they're also meant to put 3 inch smocks on the sides as well, just down here, to stop the actual board coming in and touching. So if the pressure pushes the top of the board, then the bottom of the board may do that, basically. So you've got to make sure there's a 3 inch gap of concrete all the way around the rebar, which I guarantee you they haven't run 3 inch smocks all the way down. See what I mean? Yeah, they're not putting in. So where he's standing through the last run. Very boring.
Follow?
You got those buckets? You got those buckets here?
Yeah, a bucket of smocks on the left hand side on the road. They're 3 inch, but basically all the way along they need to be put along. if they finish, that is. Which it's not looking like they're gonna.
Alright, whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah.
You can. Prepare or prepare to fail. Okay, a bit of a long one today, so sorry for boring you. We have done quite a lot, although very disjointed. This is the main thing, obviously just trying to get this thing dried out and rolled. Obviously we've had the 14-ton roller on it all day. As you can see by this damp patch here, that is, how can I explain? It's like Laguna swamp, this stuff here. Being pushed up from about 6-7 foot below. So, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a big boil. Basically the pressure from here and here is pushing that up. So we've had to do that all around here to try and get the difference in height stopping. The only reason there's a difference in height is because it can push down and push sludge. So over time it will dry out. So hopefully, as you can see, it's gradually starting to dry out. As you can see, the damp patches around the sides there, look. So it's gradually coming out. So we need to give that a good couple of days, and then he is back Monday to roll more, believe it or not. So obviously that's pretty much done. The pour has been done on the footings on the first back wall, and about a third of the footings have been done on the wall just about here. They just weren't prepared. So the concrete guy turned up and they hadn't even done the rebar. So Big Boss Man was not happy. But unfortunately that's what happens when you're not around and you haven't got supervision that's strong enough to drive what needs to be done, unfortunately. But I'll show you whereabouts we actually are with it. I think we've already shown you anyway, but you can see after a kick up the arse and the boss, they've managed to rebar all the way along here to halfway, so just about there. They still got the rest of it to do. So, but the concrete guy apparently ran out about here somewhere. Yeah, so he managed to get that little bit there done. So we still got to finish off the rebar and concrete the whole lot. So that still needs to be done. What else? I'll show you obviously the back wall, which I think I've shown you. I filmed quite a bit of him losing his shit with his staff. Okay. So again, we stopped here because we still got to deal with the container and still got to move that as well. But this has been laid pretty much all the way through, and it's slightly stepped. But that's pretty much done as well now. Obviously we still need to deal with the telegraph pole, but obviously after the hurricane, Light and Power are actually inundated with trying to get their electric back on, so moving a telegraph pole is going to be one of their priorities. But anyway, apart from that, that's it. I'm sure everyone's going to be in tomorrow. Don't know what we're going to be doing, but plenty to be done. The driveway now is less dusty, thank Christ. And part of the build that should have been done in the first place, obviously we still got to do the bit under the container. So we need to move that, so that needs to be dug out and done as well. And we couldn't unfortunately do that because we couldn't get anyone to move it. So another thing on the agenda, to get the container moved over the far back. And then once that's done, it's then finishing off the mile and the driveway and everything else that goes with it. So, but other than that, another glorious finish to a day in Barbados. And hopefully tomorrow will be the last day. We'll have Sunday off and back to it on Monday. So that's it from a day. Is it 37 or 38? I can't remember.